Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, breaking news. The Jamaican Courts of Appeals have ruled in favor of a student barred from school due to her locks. It's a win for Rastafari and the expression of my imitation. Greetings and salutations to all nations. Ladies and gentlemen, you know it's your favorite Jamaica. I'm Rastafari Soldier here of Deeproots TV. Thank you for tuning in to the Rastaman channel. Build up the Rastaman panel. Elated I am on this one because the Jamaican Court of Appeals has gotten this one right. They have ruled in favor of a student barred from school. I don't know if you remember this little girl, but she was barred from attending her little primary school. I'm talking about Kensington Primary School in St. Catherine. You're right, but now the Court of Appeals in Jamaica has ruled Monday that the Kensington Primary School in St. Catherine violated the constitutional rights of the little baby girl student who was denied access in 2018 due to her locks. Baya, baya, boops upside your head. Radam, that one day connect. Outgoing President of Courts of Appeal, Justice Patrick Book, stated it is declared that the policy of the Board of Management of Kensington Primary on wearing of locks hairstyle has breached the following rights they revealed. These rights are related to the ZV rights, which are human rights. Justice Brooks highlighted that the child's right to freedom of expression, the right for equitable treatment by the public authorities was infringed upon. The landmark ruling partially overturned 2020 Supreme Court decision, which had originally found that the school policy did not violate the child's constitutional rights. Kensington Primary School had defended its stance by arguing that the hairstyle could harbor lice and mold. Fire pound. And then talk, they look on the pretty hairstyle but they look a baby have. And then talk they uno maintain about Rasta hair because uno do not want the youths them to see the beauty of the locks of the melanin people. The Rasta lawyer Isaac Buchanan advised the parents on this case as the school threatened to withdraw the child from admission if the 5-year-old hairstyle was not altered. A 5-year-old. However, the student parents, the Rasta artist, Dale, and his wife, Shireen Virgo, refused to cut their daughter's hair and instead filed a lawsuit against the school board, the education ministry, and the attorney general, claiming that their daughter's constitutional rights were violated. And they were right. Radam, a full-time now. Because all in the United States, we see them have this situation. Radam, what's wrong with our hair? But in 2020, the ruling, Justice Sonia Bertram-Linton, Evan Brown, and Nicole Simmons ruled that Kensington Primary School did not breach the child's constitutional rights when it denied her access. Imagine, what kind of judge them here? 3 judge. Sonia Bertram-Linton, Evan Brown, Nicole Simmons. How can uno see a little 5-year-old melanated, a beautiful little empress, trying to know herself. A father, a mother, a family from Jamaica of African roots and heritage. The lock here is a cultural iconic imagery. And these three judges, them need to unjudge themselves. Sonia Bertram-Linton, Evans Browns, and Nicole Simmons ruled against this little baby girl of African descent for growing her naturally curled hair, and claimed that they really sought to include the declaration of the school grooming policies because it excluded locks and it wasn't unconstitutional. Now that claim now sought multiple court orders, including the declaration that the school grooming policies is wrong. It is the child's right, the freedom of expression, the judge says. Equality before the law, the freedom from discrimination based on race, social classes, color, religion, and political opinion. Their ruling on Monday, the Court of Appeal just clarified that the case was not centered around religion, was not centered around religion. It was centered around self-expression. Attorney at law Isaac Buchanan, who represents the Virgo in the lower court and served as an instrumental instructor in counseling in the appeal, celebrated the ruling as a victory for Jamaica. Buchanan emphasized that the court got it right, and I agree. I was very pleased with the outcome of the recognition of the human rights of this young woman, particularly the freedom of expression and the equitable treatment as it relates to her locks. Rasta and Afro identity in modern Jamaica, Buchanan said. Highlighting the ruling significantly, he added, it is a recognition that the people with Afro identity and minority groups are afforded human rights in Jamaican space. And I agree, because for Rasta to be worldwide and international, and many people are not into music, dance, or poetry, or the arts, but emulate the lifestyle. The look is the number one thing to identify Rastafari. And for Jamaica, the home. Jamaica, the amplifier of Rasta. Even if a person is not so-called real Rasta, and the children, the boys and the girls, because of different levels to it, want to emulate the iconic, the global legend. It's nothing wrong with that. And you would not afford them an education just like back in the 50s, the 60s, and even the 70s and 80s, where they alienate Rastafari and created a negative mindset in society about Rastafari. As Isaac Buchanan, the Rasta lawyer, praised the decision as a milestone for the Charter of Human Rights and jurisprudence in the landmark ruling that will promote other entities, both private and government, to respect individual freedoms of expression. Yeah, when you see a local youth or girl that grow them natural hair because they don't want to be subjugated to the marlin or the chemical castration of the chemicals feeding in their brain through their skulls by Babylon, but if you allow them to partake in the economy, not starve them out, Now run them way because them have some hair upon them head. As well as members of Rastafari community and sons of big youth. I can now say it is a happy day for Jamaicans, especially before the independence not long from now. Isaac Buchanan remarked, and I man as a Rasta man, so elated and happy for this young girl and for the Virgo family. And I hope on ring them. I hope on ring them because the Jamaican education system, the education board, the ministry, the attorney general, the government themselves are the one that issued out a edict for Rastafari, bring them in dead or alive. And the government still perpetuates these form of Jim Crow type laws against Rastafari. I'm going to big up the parents of this young girl, Mr. and Mrs. Virgo, for your courage and for your steadfast belief in your rights and your child's right. This is what parents are supposed to do for their children. You know, just tell your youth, oh, cut it off. Oh, shut up. Oh, wear that. Oh, do that because the teacher said. No, if the child have an opinion and it's valid, you fight for the youth rights. Just like Rasta has been fighting for rights. And the legendary Bob Marley says, get up, stand up. When he say, stand up for your right. I want to big up Isaac Buchanan because he have made Rasta proud, the Rasta liar. I want to big up Dale and his wife, Mrs. Virgo, because you have made Rasta proud. And your children's love for you have multiplied exponentially because your daughter will realize that they have parents that she can trust and parents that will take it all the way to the toppest of courts to fight for your rights. I'm more life, yeah, and I'm more wife. I'm Rastafari Soldier here of Deeproots TV reporting live. The Jamaican Court of Appeal has sided with the student that was prevented, little 5-year-old girl, from going to Kensington Primary. Side with her, say that her human rights has been violated because they refused to accept her in the school because the little 5-year-old had natural locks for her hairstyle. I have never heard of nothing like that, but I want to say congratulations to Dale and his wife and young daughter and family and Jamaica, because the Court of Appeal has made the proper decision. We needed this law on the books because they have been using hairstyle as a reason to keep Rastafari out the education system, and now it is finally on the book. We have a case log, a common law that's proven that you don't have to bow to the Babylon system. I'm Rastafari Soldier. Big up on yourself. I'm more alive. Big up yourself. Because nobody not going to big you up.
Yeah, this is Bertram-Linton. I'm reaching out to Deeproots TV. Never done that. Up. Lift up your head and go deep up. We know that we will run. Deeproots TV. Oh, shut up. Fire,